Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Why are we recording? What is
Why?
what is it for?
Well, we have an announcement to make.
Really?
It's not about a lesson, it's an
Oh,
announcement. Okay. So, this is our first special announcement, and we're going to be introducing to you something that I think is going to be very valuable to most of you. All right. Sis, did you want to do your little intro before you take your next sip of tea?
why not? So the whole point encourage most of you. We want to encourage all of you, but there seems to be a sector of course students, and I was one of them because the backbone of Corinne's incarnation was the mind. And I set out to be the world's best student and to get all the information. And I really didn't want anybody's help because if I asked for help, then I couldn't take credit for what it was that I thought that I knew as an independent learner. So, but what I found, and this is, my heart is going out to everybody out there right now that is a Course in Miracles student and that is going through the unselfing process, which can be incredibly stressful, challenging, and we can even at times feel like we're losing our mind, going insane. And to sit there and try to look upon the words in a book and draw comfort and understanding when we're completely down a rabbit hole, as I like to call it, is just darn near impossible. And when we're in that place, buried under the layers of false beliefs and our past and the I know mind, and the ego is just savage, it's in the reaching out to a miracle buddy or in holy relationship. And that other one isn't buried under the beliefs, doesn't know of your past, and can very quickly help cut through the ego thought system and be that presence of sanity, because they can draw on the Holy Spirit. Like in that joining, the Holy Spirit is there. And one of your minds is sane, or the saner of the two, and has access to Holy Spirit's messages and can be the one that shines the light right there into the midst of what felt like, the blackest of black. And that's the beauty of the Holy Relationship and Miracle Buddy program, because the two that agree to each other, the vow is that I will promise to maintain your innocence and be the sanity in the midst of the ego thought system when one of us has forgotten or fallen. That's the vow we make. I'm going to behold your innocence. You are not the ego. This is not your story. You are still the Son of God. And I'm bearing witness to that. And in that power of bearing witness to what's truth, the light dispels the darkness. So you have a choice. You can do this yourself, but I'm telling you that the amount of time that collapses in the joining is why Jesus says this is the fastest track to awakening. You can do it in 5 minutes with a miracle buddy, or you can languish over it for weeks, or you can succumb to the ego that says, let's deal with that later, and punts it down the field, perhaps next year. So this is the direct experience, and this is the quickening, and it takes you from intellectual student to the practice, the direct experience. Not just reading it, but living it, the beingness of what Jesus is giving us in the Course. And so this is why Nook and I do what we do. This is why we're so committed, and why we still are here saying holy relationship is the answer. It's the Holy Grail. Sis.
Well, how many thousands of times have we shown the gap diagram?
Yeah.
Right?
1001. It took two. It took two to do this. It's going to take two to collapse.
Or more.
Or two or more.
And I mean, preferably even more than two. Family, real spiritual family, because the families that we chose to be born into, the biological families, or the extended families that we have here in the dream, are usually chosen by the ego because they're going to give us the greatest forgiveness opportunities and drive us absolutely insane, right? Well, I certainly know what that's like. I think you do too, sis. Yeah.
Yes.
And, they're there to help us to forgive ourselves for projecting our own unconscious self-hatred.
Yes.
Right? That's the ego right there. So most of us while we're studying the course, let's be honest, most of us are in highly special relationships. And we're trying to figure out alone how to undo that specialness. And I'll tell you what, it's impossible to do it alone. That's why while we're maintaining special relationships with our family, friends, colleagues, etc., we do really need some true light, some true help. And it's so helpful to join a group like Total Transformation Course Online, and that's TTC, and also the Holy Relationship Journey, which has been going for, I don't know how long, 4 months. Yeah.
Yes, but we're still in chapter 1. And the discussions are amazing, and we're taking our time, but I highly recommend, to join us, to get into the Holy Relationship Journey. We meet on Sunday mornings, and it's a fantastic group already, but we have so much material to cover. So going through and really unpacking, boy, we're just about to start on the special relationship chapter. So this would be a key time to jump in and start to get that contrast of the special relationship and why that really hinders our awakening and what we say we want, and the holy relationship as the antidote, the answer.
Yeah, because I mean, as Jesus says, and he says it in many different ways in the course, is that the greatest help that we can receive to undo that separate sense of self, right, is to share a truly common purpose with another.
Yes.
Or others as a group, right? So this is where we come out of intellectual understanding and we go into the experience of what Jesus is speaking about. So we can actually, then we can have, the contrast, and I'll tell you what, it's blinding, that contrast, right? You'll see the blinding contrast between special relating, where, I mean, in all honesty, we find out that in the special relating, we don't even know who we are. So, I mean, we're trying to relate with others without even knowing who we are. And so we're highly dishonest with ourselves, and therefore dishonest with everyone else. That has to be seen without any guilt, no self-judgment, but it has to be seen so we can have Holy Spirit repurpose that,
right,
and learn to become authentic. Like, who are we?
Yeah.
What are we? That's the question. And
yes,
what we do in the TTC, which is a 1-year online course, and also the HRJ, which probably is going to be about a 14-month course, right? Yeah.
We'll see. I'm not putting any limit on it, but yeah.
So it's about the experience. So many who followed the earlier teachers of the course, and that's me included, really believed that A Course in Miracles was a self-study program. Self-study. I only need to heal my mind. I don't need another person. I just need to do it alone. Well, I need to say this, that nowhere in the course does it mention a self-study program. It's actually about establishing holy relationship. That is the backbone of A Course in Miracles. And please do not think that holy relationship is an exclusive romantic relationship, because it ain't.
No, it ain't. Right
It's
now,
a destruction.
it's not what you
Right.
think.
Okay. So it's about inclusive relationships, which
Yes.
the ego's got no idea about, none whatsoever. So we're inviting you to join.
Can I add one thing that he gave me that really needs to be said?
Okay.
If it stays a self-study, which I think for most students it is, self-doubt will always be present. So you might know intellectually and you could be a really great student, but because of the experience of the ego and the thought, self-doubt will always be there. And what Total Transformation Course brings is the direct experience of what it is that we're learning, so that self-doubt becomes a certainty that cannot be moved. It makes it true and palpable and real, that so that you are a rock. You're anchored in these teachings because you know. You just haven't read it and studied it, but it's yours. You've experienced it, and nobody can move you off of that. And that's the jewel of the family. That's the jewel of the direct experience in relationship, because you get it on a way that reading it, even doing daily workbook lessons, that's great. But when you join and you feel the presence of Holy Spirit and the fear is dispersed and you receive the gratitude, game changer. Now you know what it really means to do this, and you can't ever go back completely to what you thought before.
Can't. Thank you. That's so valuable. And while you were speaking, something else came through.
Relationship right here.
We are lousy at keeping to time schedules.
Do a short promo video, girls, 2 minutes or less.
Funny.
All right.
Oh my Lord. But what I wanted to say is the insight I just got then was that, you know, when we enter holy relationship, or with miracle buddies, we call them miracle buddies, right? And have that experience that Corina's was just speaking about, what we're going to realize is we're going to have the direct experience of how the miracle works, right? Because when we join with one or more in a truly common purpose of forgiveness, we both want to see each other's innocence. That is the priority. And as soon as we've done that, while the Christ is present, the Christ mind is there. The light then shines the darkness away. And what we're finding in our groups, right, is that, oh my God, this actually, the miracle ripples out holographically. And it doesn't just heal this relationship, it heals every relationship.
Right.
And we had nothing to do with it, right? Not the personal Nook or the personal Corrine or whatever. No, we just showed up to join with another in a truly common purpose of forgiveness. And then the miracle just rippled out and healed everyone, because the Christ mind, which is who we really are, is uninterrupted communication. And we've opened our heart and mind to it. And so the miracle heals all our relationships. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've gone past the 10-minute mark now. Would you
So build on that, but I'm going to bite my tongue and shut up now. So, okay. Thanks, guys. We want you to have this experience. That's our message. It is so powerful, and it's free. So we're not here searching for golden tokens. We're here because our heart wants to extend what we've been given. Okay? So come, check out the website, check out the TTC program. We've got a new one opening at mid-February. It's going to be awesome. Come sign up and try it. What have you got to lose? Try it. If you don't like it, okay. But what about if you've never tried it?
Yeah, just show up for 2 or 3 sessions.
Yeah, check it out.
You don't even have to put your camera on if you don't want to.
Pajamas are welcome. Drink your tea. It's all good.
Absolutely. And so where are the links
in the list of resources down below in the comments. I mean, not the comments, but
the description box.
The description box.
Show more box, depending on what your screen is saying, okay? And hopefully I'll ask somebody who's technical to maybe put it at the end of the video here too, okay?
Yeah, like a screen with the link.
That would be good. That would be good. Let's see if we can arrange it.
Who knows what's possible? Anything is. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hearing us out. Feel our heart. Get that message and come join.
Please join.
Please join us.
Bye.
Okay. We love you. Goodbye.